Cool. I didn't see it on my end. That's weird. Maybe I see it over here. I don't know. Let's check the. I should have the chat up. I'm going to check that real quick. No, it's still saying the chat is disabled. Wait a minute. All right. So this is actually a. It's it's sold by Gary Gilroy, but he didn't write it. Who wrote this? Sean Salem, but it's all based on Beethoven. So actually, the segment we're doing tonight is the Beethoven's fifth segment, and it's you're going to see. So this is interesting. Gary Gilroy gives these count sheets. But I found it's better to ignore them on my end. I just don't like using them. I'd rather do my own thing. And in this particular case, it's a little interesting because there's he only wants 35 sets total for the show. This is the third of 5 movements, and so I spec'd it out already to be at like 26 sets. So if you look at everything, I kind of have my color coding system. If it doesn't have any color, it's essentially just transition type musical material to some degree. In this case, it's kind of a quasi impact, but it's set up good for where I can do some visual stuff. So I always use the teal color. Orange usually means like a low brass or lower wind melodic focus. Reds are my impact points. In this case, it's going to be a big visual moment too, where they can hold and do some stuff. So normally I would probably be moving a couple moves inside of this, but because I'm trying to keep the set total down to 35, I just went ahead and made that a full length thing. Oh shoot! Really? I wonder how I can fix that. Hold on, let me try something. Of course. Oh. There it goes. Is that better? That should work right. So yeah, in OBS I have the screen covering the whole thing right now. Like it should be my entire screen, so I'm not sure why it's not showing. But anyways, it's probably something to do with the screen resolution I have. But you should be able to see it at the bottom now, right? Yeah. we should be good. We should be good. All right, can you? Yeah, I adjusted it so you can see it. So you can see these. So I've already like linked the music. I've already put in my page tabs. I've already color coded. This like greenish yellow color is that means it's just front ensemble transition. So I know I don't have to worry about them playing any of this percussion or winds. I also know that's a good spot where we can hold and do choreography. So I've got it spec'd out for 16 count move and a 16 count choreo. Now I'll change some of this probably most likely throughout writing it, but I don't know. Then another impact. Gray always means the end for me. The end of whatever movement is. I think I told you the other night that I use that when, especially if I had like the entire show on here, and I'll show you one of those eventually. But this is I know, so I can see it coming. I know I'm getting to near the end. So now the other weird thing about this is I have these three guys right here who will be entering the show mid-show. So I just tried to find, like this one I could hide behind a prop. I didn't have any props over here to hide them, but they can just, I got them hanging off here. In fact, I might, because they can cover the back sideline and kind of sneak in at the end of the last movement. I think I'm actually going to put them right over here just so that they are a little closer to my B's and R's. And then I don't want them to have to just run into the form. So I'm going to try to find a way to make the drill go and quasi pick them up. Just so it's not so abrupt. All right. Let me look at my score real quick. Another thing about this movement is it's almost all 2D. There's not a whole lot of breakdown between woodwinds or percussion. It's just everyone's kind of playing the whole time. So it actually makes things fairly easy. But I'm looking at my score to figure out exactly where we are. There we are. Make sure we're 144. How that tempo change is set up in the music. I would say that it would have been an abrupt cutoff there at count 16, I guess. It kind of hangs on. It's I think what I'm going to do is just maybe move them 8. Again, I'm just trying to find a way to sneak those guys in. I think that's the answer. So a hold 4 there, a move, and there's no real. Actually, I'm going to take out that page tab, and then I'll move my anchors over. So I just have to remember it's a hold. Yep, there it is. Okay. And I'm thinking what I want to do is I've had a lot of linear connected stuff for a while. I'm going to break it apart for a little bit, maybe a little more of a pod action for a minute. So I'm just going to break my choirs up, kind of see where my numbers are at. And then go from there. What is that, 19? I think I can just kind of cut these in half. 9, 10. Because I know on this phrase I'm going to want some sort of like rotating, but I don't want it a big movement rotation. And then I want to pull it back into something that's homogeneous here for this phrase. And then somehow get my low brass in there. So I'm going to have to play around with this for a minute. But for right now, let me just kind of see where I'm at. And so what I can do, and these guys running in from the peripheries, they might have to run in. I mean, I'm not sure I can make it super clean, where I can just kind of get them in there. And one of the moves I like to do a lot is, yeah. So it's like a 4 to 5. So in these, I'm going to try to keep them at like a 3-step interval. And I'm not super happy with the way that they're going to be. Like, so I already know this R2 is step size is what? Yeah, 7 to 5 backwards, which is not good. 8 to 5 backwards is the very maximum I'll do. But if I go forward like this, then it's really just these guys coming in from the peripheries, and I can tweak that by just having them set up like, you know, further down here before they come in. Let's see where we're at now. Should be pretty close. Yeah, 5 to 8. Let me see what. Yeah, 8.5 to 5 is not my guy going backwards on that. And then the flutes are the other ones I'm going to have to worry that with. What I got? 6, 7. I think I'm going to keep some clarinets with them too, just to make the pods a little more even. 9 and 8. Okay, so I'm going to add one more clarinet. One thing I always do is I cut my forms together ahead of time, so I don't do a whole lot of the draw the form and then click the little circles. Like, you know, I don't do a lot of this and then, you know, this type of thing. I just try to have everything matched up ahead of time the way I want it, and I've just found it's a little more fail safe or safe fail. Is it fail safe? I don't know. All right. Yeah. Flip. That's not correct. And I'm actually not even super concerned with what these shapes look like. I just want them to be kind of potty. And I don't want to be exact circles because band directors shy away from. They don't necessarily like exact circles. And it's really the move I'm setting up after this that I need to pay attention to. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this flute person. I can, you know, the director will know what to do, how to get them out into that spot. Okay, so I got a 6 to 3 backwards, which we already discussed will not work. That should be good. There's not really any battery focus in this whole movement, which is strange. It seems like it's set up perfect for it. If I was writing the music book, I would have made this almost a battery feature. I may not stick with what I'm drawing now. I'm just trying to get him out of the way. Get the tubes more this way. I might though, now think about it. Yeah, that'll work. This is definitely, if I wasn't trying to squeeze in these extra people, this might be this is definitely a set I'm doing mostly to solve some problems. What I've learned through the years too is that most of the writing, okay, so here's, I didn't like how that matched. Sometimes matching circles is tricky, so I have to do it manually because I wanted them to unmesh. That's kind of cool. I think I want it like that though. Yeah, there we go. I do wish this was more like a 6.5. A 4. Since it's a smaller pod, I'm going to do a 4 step interval. I'm trying to keep them at least all on the evens. Oh, see, I got that trombone though crashing through a tuba. Let me try to fix that real quick. I don't want that. I think I can maybe move them out this way. Hey, Jamie, I'm just going to like check the chat from time to time. All right, let me turn down the desktop audio. Of course, right now, it shouldn't matter, right? Is my mic loud enough just chatting without hearing anything? All right, cool. All right, so now I made that change. And what you're going to see also is that, like, some says, like, this is a tedious one. This is, this is more. Sometimes you have to just accept the fact that some of the draw is hard, it takes time, and then some draw does not take time. In this case, there's a lot of moving parts to it, so it's just going to take a minute to get this all kind of the way I want it. Right, but then, I love it when you spend all this time setting up a follow the leader, and then you just, the next move takes all to, 7 seconds to do. You've killed out a set. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super happy with that. All right, there we go. There we go. Yeah, again, I'm gonna have to clear out and you can see how I'm meshing when I do the. Oops. Oh. Yeah, that somehow you can't click through the recloak. I didn't do that right either. No. Okay, so I think that's what I wanted. Oh, come on. And yep, that'll work. All right. Flip. Hmm. I think I have to pull them like down this way. I just need a little more room for this section to do something. I definitely want them in this zone, because, and then maybe I got room to move these guys down a little bit. Yeah. All right. I think we're close. All right. Cool. Now, one thing I forgot to do was check. All on flag for third movement. Start bringing out at 149. Okay. All right, so we have this guard, this G3, who is finishing up a solo from the last movement, and it looks like they want him to stay. They want these guard on the periphery to stay off stage for another phrase. I'd like to kind of bring them out, but I'll leave. I'll roll with what they asked for. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull them. They'll finish up their solo kind of here, and then they can do a quick equipment change. Yeah, cool. It's just, oh, wait. Actually, I got a lot more time there, so I'm just gonna make them travel that entire phrase. They're gonna do what, it's a solo, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway, so. Oh. So I need to do a little housekeeping here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's flute 7. Oh no. 7 flute. Oh, let me go ahead and get that color magenta. All right, there we go. Baritones, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're up to 5. And they did. I probably shouldn't have had them that close to the piano, but they'll figure it out. I guess you go up to the piano. So in that case, I'm just gonna put that in the instructions, like, G3 solo in space, interact with the piano prop, and then they can layer that in. It's kind of ridiculous to go through. I've seen other people who will animate and do all that type of stuff, but like, it seems silly to me. know, I am going to pull the guard out and just kind of ignore what they said because they need to be shown color already. I got 13. And I want to find a way. I'm just going to kind of scatter them out. So I need to unhook them. Because I think when the next move I'm going to do with these guys, I think I want to start meandering them into the middle. I'm going to go ahead though and take a look. What am I doing with the guard? Leave a do out as G. Okay, so since all the guards on the same equipment, I'm going to change them to all red right now. But the one thing I am going to do is in the next movement, okay, it says it measure 211. Let me take a look. Okay, so that's the end of the movement. So at 211, we're going to leave a G2 and G5 out for a duet, and then everyone else is going to go to rifle. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and have, or to weapon. It's a ballad. It's probably going to be a saber, I think. Where's my G5? So I'm going to go ahead and give them I used teal for soloist color. And so that way I can have them set up at the end. No other soloists in this movement. Okay. So let me go ahead and scatter them out. They can run. Doesn't have to be anything super serious. I just want to get them. Now scattering is always a little tricky. If this was a scattered set for like a hold impact point, I would spend maybe a little more time with this. But for now, I'm just trying to get them out there because they're only going to be here for one count. And that's what I've seen a lot of like drill riders is they worry a lot about the picture, but they don't worry about the picture in between the picture, right? All the transition points and if that looks good or not. So then it's like, you know, their single set looks good and everything in the middle looks terrible. And really, they're only here one count, right? Unless they're holding for a while, they're only there one count. So we get, you know, it still needs to look good, but it's just part of everything else that we're trying to transition. Okay. And I may end up, depending on what happens over here on this next move, I may end up changing this a little bit too. There's always, especially with guard, I'm always writing over a phrase, right? So right now I kind of have an idea where I'm going to set 19. And I know I want the guard in the middle of that picture at set 19. So in fact, I'm just going to bring about the whole phrase. No need for them to run out there. Now, what's kind of cool, if you're like... Like if you really want to get into your animation thing, like what I might do on this one is I would do like a step off 1 liter by distance thing, so they're all kind of popping out at different times. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to animate this yet, but I have an idea. So I want this whole form here to kind of rotate. So I'm going to start with my rotation tool like this, but I'm not going to take them very far. I'm only going to take them, like about 12 to 5 maybe. Which even that is kind of cool looking. But then I'm going to rotate each little pod individually also. Yeah. And I used the big rotation tool so I can rotate the whole form. And now I'm just using the adjuster tool, but I'm only using the location thing in the middle to kind of get that rotation happening. I think though, hold on, I'm going to back that up. I think maybe I wanted to go a little further on the first big rotation first. I could do it that way too. Just use that locator tool. So let's see what happens if I go around at 9. Yeah, let's try that. And then make the rotation. There we go. Look at that a little better. And I'm going to do them all the same direction. So oh shoot, come on. Well, all right, whatever. I'm going counterclockwise with everything. And I'm trying to get everything so that the movement is right about an 8 to 5. And maybe move it this way a little bit. 7 to 5. Yeah, so they're not, this group is obviously not going to be moving as much because they're the center point. Oops, that's all right. There we go. I'm not sure this is going to work to get my guard in there though. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm not going to quite, since a lot of them are going backwards, I'm not going to quite go 8 to 5 on them. And that will work there with a 7 to 5. All right. Maybe move this down just a touch. Keep the form somewhat even. And it's not the prettiest picture. But again, remember, this is what most of your high school perspective looks like. It's not going to look like this. It's going to like, this. Now, when I make them the video, I do this one just so they can kind of get a sense of both the 2D and 3D. But when I write, I'm looking at this. Oh. Now, I love the motion. Honest to God, if I had like even pod numbers, like everyone was like a 10 pod or a 9, I would have done more of like a square block rotation thing there, which would have been super slick because I could have just hooked it all together at the end into one mass block form. But when you don't have even numbers, and rarely ever do you have that when dealing with high school bands, then I use the pod trick. So if I put both these together, well, I don't need to because they're just going to be holding, but let's do it. Cool. All right. So I already knew here, I just wanted to do oops, there we go. I knew with the tubas, I just wanted to do like a little side to side thing where the tubas went back this way and the drum line comes forward this way. Maybe I can. Nope, I can't. Just to give him some motion. Yeah, cool. I am though. Hold on. I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to go to here because they're marching backwards, and maybe go up to here. In almost everything I write, I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to make everything straight line, equal step size, no collision. I don't want to have to track. I don't want to have to like draw extra things. So sometimes that means some back and forth going, you know, to figure out my paths. All right, and so now I'm just going to start I'm just going to meander the guard over from side, you know, over towards the winds. So like this one's already kind of set up. Let me put them on a flag here real quick. Let's see, guard, flag 1. We'll choose something different. We'll go yellow. I don't know. I can't remember what colors I've already used. That's one thing I like also about writing the entire show. In one file is it keeps all my flag options. I can kind of keep track of everything that's going on. All right, so let's see. In this case, they're coming this way. This is where some trial and errors is going to start because I know, yeah, they're going to crash right through the truck. Yeah. Ooh, see, they kind of made it, right? So I'm just going to pull them down a little bit. I'm eventually going to try to get off the sideline a little bit. I feel like I'm hovering close. And then let's see if I can get them here without. I might have to track a little bit. I know what I don't want though is any crossing going on. I don't want any of that type of stuff happening. Sometimes I do purposely, but right now I don't. That might be alright though. Yeah, that number 4 ain't going to work. That's not going to work. Maybe something like that. Okay, and then the other thing I've realized too is this guy's like not coordinated. So I'm going to just go ahead and put them up here. I think they can get to this spot too. And now, yeah, that all kind of works. We're not fully integrated yet as much with the guard as I would like. But, I mean, the way I'm looking at this is I kind of just want to get, I've had the guard on side 2 of the show a lot. So I just want to try to get them over to the other side of the field for a little bit. And the way I look at it is I have this entire song to do that. So if we don't get there right away, it's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and put them up here. But what I do know is I have 8 counts to coalesce into something. So this all may not work. I may be screwed, but I'm going to keep pushing forward right now and see if I can get this to build into something cohesive. Ooh, yeah. All right, let's see what's happening here. I'm cool with almost all that, except I think I'm going to switch these 2 guys. Because this person started off, I don't want any changing of their relationship to one another. I don't care if the shape changes, but if someone is on this move has been to this side, right? Number 5 started off on the right side of number 2, and I want to make sure they stay on the right side of number 2. I had them crossing, so I didn't like that. I just didn't like that that look. And what I'll do in the instructions is I'll just say guard. You know, the dots are approximate. Just, you know, it's basically scatter. So just give it. I'm just trying to have this texture feel. Now, this next move, I am going to pull them into something linear for the impact. I do worry about there only being 8 counts. I'm going to listen real quick and just see if I have a little leeway where I can maybe extend that. Yeah, so if I can't make it an 8, I can add extra 4 counts, and they can stop on the long note, so I can do 12. I just think it'd be cool to be stopped on those quarter notes for some sort of body articulation. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I do have to be a little bit cognizant of my instrumentation. I don't want to totally blow the instrumentation out of the water yet. I try not to do that until the last 3 or 4 sets. The way I look at it is once we get to kind of wherever the end of the show where it starts becoming tooty and it's just everyone blowing together at the same time, at that point, all bets are off with my instrumentation, and I let the visual fireworks rule the day at that point. And there's nothing on the sheet that says anything about your instrumentation having to be homogeneous, so I don't worry about it. But obviously, musically, we want our choirs together through the majority of the show. So I had this idea real quick. So there's going to be someone acting like they're playing the piano the whole time down here on this grand piano prop. So I'm going to, let's see. I want to try to find a way. I think I want to do it this way. Yeah. So I want to try to pull some focus down into that area. Another thing I love to do is try to connect yard lines, or have my like the apex of shapes hit yard lines, just so that there's kind of these guide points for the performers. So the other thing to keep in mind too is that, yeah, let's see if that works. Yeah, so for the most part, they're keeping the same, you know, over the course of this entire phrase. I always try to avoid having a set that just goes one direction and then performers immediately have to move back the other direction. So I'm always thinking about the what I call the cyclical flow. I don't know if that's exactly what if that's a right term. So I'm looking at this like the way these mellows and trumpets over here are moving. So I kind of have this idea where now, on the next move, since the trumpets are kind of turning this way, I want them to keep traveling that way, and the mellows keep traveling this way. So I'm going to connect them here. Let's see if I got, 5 to 1. That's not going to work. But maybe to there. Maybe back to here. Also, I always put my endpoints on whole steps. 6 to 3, but they're coming. I'm debating whether to mesh them or not. I think the meshing might work better. Let's do that. Yeah, that works way better. I just don't know what this picture is going to look like. They are going to be holding there a while. I think I can make this work, though. I think I can make it work. Looks like I can do something with all of these guys here. Two-step interval, but I'm okay with that actually. I do have these two clarinets back here. I'm not worried about it yet. So I'm going to adjust back a set on this one group just because the way I wanted them to mesh on the next set wasn't working out for me. Ooh, maybe. Come to Papa. A lot of what I'm doing right now is just trying to get the movement right. 6 to 1 to 5. I'm almost at 3. If I get it right, I'm almost at 3. 5 to 7 to 5. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I think I'm close enough. I don't like that guy going backwards that far. So I'm going to do this. But then, now that I have this here, I'm actually going to go and connect this all as in the one shape. It looks like a shark fin. Eh. So I'm going to have to break my rule a little bit. 8 count moves are always tricky. And I'm still debating whether I want to just go ahead and make this a 12 count move instead. Because I definitely want a little more room in here. And so I'm thinking about moving my trumpets this way a little more. And also going ahead and just evening the intervals out between the alto saxes, clarinets, and trumpets. All right, so let's see. Let's see if I can, because I don't need space over here. Yeah, okay. So 4, 5, 2.5 interval. Nah. Oh, you know what? I can live with a 2.5 every once in a while. especially since we're not coming out of a, like if I'm trying to connect very linear forms, I'm going to try to keep those intervals the same from set to set. But in this case, we're coming out of like this pod idea where there's not really a concrete form. They're just kind of like little pods of circles there. And so they're completely breaking apart to get into this set. So I'm just going to go ahead. I think I'll be all right with a 2.5, and it'll give me a little room to maybe expand this form on the next set. I will get these clarinets back to these clarinets eventually. Again, this movement is very 2D, so I don't have to worry about the choirs as much. That's kind of cool. All right. But now, since I think I'm going to go with a 3-step interval, I think I want this shape to be a little more this way. Can I pull this down a little more? I think so. Oh yeah, baby. Puts me right at 3-step. Very cool. And then I'm going to, and now I'm going to go ahead and pull this guy over this way just to give myself a little bit more mellow room. Let's go ahead and make this a 12 count phrase now. I would have loved to have gotten there in 8, but sometimes, yeah. Now, so we got a 7.5 to 5 backwards, but I think I'm going to check these clarinets and maybe match them a little differently, and I think that will solve that problem. Yeah, definitely. We don't want to do that. We'll do it this way instead. And that should solve that step size issue. Oh yeah, 8.9 to 5. Shoot, I could have almost made it on the 8 count. Dang. But this will be the safer bet, right? We want to make sure that everything is achievable. Created. I'm not sure I'm totally going to like that, but we're going to try it. And 5 may need to stay on this side, but I'm going to try to pull them inside this form first. So what you'll notice is I'm doing a lot of I do a lot of sketching with how I kind of want the full form, and then I go back and kind of clean up the form on the back end. Yeah, see, I don't like the way number 5 is crashing through there. So I'm going to actually clear this out. I may have to retool the set before this to make this work. Oh, shoot. Yeah, because now we got 4 to 5. We got all sorts of problems here. Oh, shoot. That was another part of my problem, though. That's the guy who should have been there. Oh, this might work now. Oh, God. Nope. All right, I'm going to rethink this set real quick. I really like how the there has to be a solution here. I just haven't figured it out yet. I mean, I could leave 2 out too. Maybe, hold on. Maybe my problem is so one thing on Pieware, Jamie, I'm not sure if you know this, but like I can drag this to where I want it and then flop their spots around. Ah, now we're talking. I still don't like how that number 10 is necessarily coming through there. But maybe I can do that and then change these guys. Nope, I don't think, maybe that was it. Ah. But see, my problem is on the set prior, Tim was coming this direction. And now they have this abrupt change of direction this way. And again, we're working into a full phrase here. So I'm still not happy. I like that motion, but if we step back, and I'm going to clean this up, like I'm not going to have this all crowding that prop, but if I'm to put the two together and we are specifically to watch number 10, well, I have that problem with a lot of them. So one of my tricks is if I get a scenario like this, is I actually will copy and paste over that entire phrase. And now we have one smooth movement. And then I'll just do some subtle cleanup on the in-between set. So now I go back to this set. And in fact, I think I want number 3 and 4 to kind of trade places here. Oh, I got marching band rehearsal, but I don't. Well, I don't like that either. Another solution, though, I definitely want 3 in this area, or 4. 4 is a little cumbersome getting there. I think I'd rather them come down this way, and then get 3 up here. Yeah. Aha. Yep, I think that's the answer. And then I'm going to move, I'm going to get 6 out of the way here. And then I can't stand, especially when I have scatter forms, since I copied and pasted over over 2 sets, right? They're going to be like in weird spots, so I always go through and do a quick snap 2 just to get them on whole steps. Right now, if we come to this set, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste, but I'm still going to adjust this a little bit. So now I'll just take my morph tool and just give a little space around this piano prop. Maybe something like that. And then, yeah, why not go ahead and just open this up a little bit interval-wise. So in this case, I have, sometimes I try to keep like a nice 8-step interval in the guard, but guard intervals get very nebulous. So what I do is I just like, I try to do it depending on when they're at, but especially in moments like this where I'm trying to integrate, I'm just more worried about filling up the negative space in the way I want versus the exact interval. Yeah, no, I think this is good. I am going to pull them in this way a little bit. I try to avoid having I don't want these 2 guard right on top of each other with any sort of cover down. So I always want to make sure I have a kind of windows or just they're, offset some. And in this case, our intervals are so big, I think I'm going to go I'm going to go ahead and snap 2 whole steps again. Just to make it easier to find that dot. So now if I put all that together, let's see what's going on. Now, I've left off the drum line in the tubas here, but this is just an easy pull into a, yeah. Sorry, I have to take care of something with my own band real quick. All right. Yeah, cool. Hey Jamie, what do you think? Since if you're still watching, so like I try to keep the snares at a 2-step, and then the rest of the line at a 3. That seems to be a nice average place. But in a form like this, sometimes it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to have them at a 2-step, since it's in a little bit of a curve that's coming down. So I open it up to a 3, but I'm not sure if there's really a preference about that. Am I really fouling up the music, the listening scenario here? I don't know. All right, now let me go back and just look at the top view on that. Hey Jamie, you know what though? They're going to do what they're going to do anyways. Oftentimes the snares just glom, right? It doesn't matter what you put on the dot. There's only 2 of them, man. Yeah, they'll respace as needed. Definitely easier for me to draw it. But if well, let me go ahead and do it the right way. Let me do this. Let me do it the right way. God dang. All right, so 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So to do this the right way, so I got 2 times 3, 2 times 2, 9 times 3. Oh, it went the wrong. I wanted it to actually go this way. 5.5 to 5. Let's do this then. Nope. Oh, shit burgers. All right, hold on a second. I could do something like that. That'll still work. They won't have any collision. I don't like that bass drum that close, though. I got a little room. I could pull them all down. Let's do that. And then, I like that better, because now the drum line is just doing a straight right, moving straight right. And then that should solve that problem, 7.1 to 5, and boom. All right, all solved. So now I got 2 more sets to get to my next big impact point. Now, one of the problems I'm having here, now let's see, hold on. 62. So I do have this thing, hang on, check this out. Yeah, there they are. My block sheets forum that actually Ryan Turner put together years ago. 62 does not work very well for much of nothing. I don't see 62 on this whole sheet. So now, since that's the case, and then if I add, well, wait a minute. If I add, oh yeah, I'm at 67 with tubas. Yeah, there's nothing good with that either. 66. Oh, there's a 67. 10 by 9 windows. No, no, no. Ten by 9, 7 rows. Odd rows 10, even rows 9. Okay, I don't know. So let me listen to the phrase. So this is actually an 8, I think an 8 plus 12, but I'm doing it as a 20 just because, again, I got 2 more movements. He only wants 35 cents max. 30 to 35 cents, and I'm already sitting at 26. So I feel like I have to blend them together, although I would really love to have that extra set. So with just 2 sets there, and man, 20 counts is a long. Alright, we'll see what we get. I feel like though once I get, well, no. Alright. Well, so right away though, my idea, and one thing to always keep in mind is sometimes the winds drive the bus, sometimes the guard drives the bus. It just depends kind of what I'm looking at from a movement standpoint. I got a few problems I got to solve though. I definitely want to get the guard in the middle for this. I want to have them kind of in a big linear form. So I've already set up this really kind of nice follow the, I could do like a follow the leader or an unwind type move here. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to work the winds around them. I do though want to get kind of my trumpets all put back together. So I just have some, and I want to kind of get my clarinets put back together. Although that's not, I don't feel like that's super urgent right now. All right. Let me go ahead and I'm just going to do something with them right now. This is, oh shoot. So I've already made a fatal error where I glued these guys together. Did I do it here? Hopefully I did it here. If not, you've probably encountered that, right, where everything gets a little bit screwy. So let's see. Here I'm definitely going to want at least an 8-step interval. So I got some room this way. But I want to get them more unwound if I can. Yeah, that'll work. Nope, don't like it. I didn't like that crunch. Oh, I'm also in the middle of the piano prop. That won't work. Guard can definitely turn and face here, I think. So that 6-4 backfield does not bother me too much. All right, cool. Now I'm going to go ahead to get them enmeshed. I'm going to pull into like a. It's going to be a little weird too how I pull into this, but I'm going to definitely pull into a diamond of sorts. This is going to be ugly. I don't think this is going to work. Shoot. No way. That's terrible. Again, it's homogeneous. Maybe I don't need to worry about it. Let's let the visual drive the bus for a little bit, since it's just everyone playing. If I had a standalone mellow line, that would be an issue, but I don't. So I don't like that either. I think that actually this is the obvious solution. But that's, man, a subset would be helpful here. Yep, nope. Huh. You know what? I think it's going to be a more powerful move just to do something like this. So I'm going to throw away that other idea. And just do a nice little 45-yard line unmesh. Oh, I gotta move that back though. Yeah, that's cool. And then maybe the next move I can pull him into the... Oh boy. Oh. Look at these numbers, 9, 27. So I can do something with a 3. Still not super happy about my 2 clarinets over here. Which I could go back here and fix it. I could just punch them into this. But it would just make one... I think that the group in the middle would be a little too... Yeah, we'll be alright. We'll be alright. I'll figure this out. So now I'm going to revisit... Shit. Now I kind of have an idea what I want to do with this group. I'm going to redo this real quick. Sorry I got quiet, I'm just concentrating. Flow state has commenced. That actually doesn't bother me at all. Kind of like that. I know I want to have happen here. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with my guard, but I'm going to draw it. I'm going to draw it up here. Don't want to do it like that size. I don't know. I think maybe. This is a perfect example of where the numbers that I was dealing with gave me the idea. If I didn't have iterations of 3 like this, I probably would have never done this. Oh shoot! I did all that backwards. Son of a gun! What did I do wrong here? All right, gotta do it again. Oh, that would answer that question. Oh, it's harder to see this way. Shoot. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I feel like it would almost be easier. Now I see it, but to just rematch them. Oh God. Oop. Only reason I'm doing this up here instead of kind of where I want it is it's just there's nothing in the way. I don't have to try to click on top of these dots, which you can't do. So it just makes life easier to do it out of the way. I can kind of eyeball and know it's going to work. I don't have to worry about that. I don't think. Yeah. All right. This should work. Yeah, cool. And then with the guard, in fact, I'm going to pull them back here just to give me some room up front. Let me go this way. Yeah, that'll work. So let me see. Yeah, I think 12 is my person where I can cut it off. And then I'm going to connect them here. Perfect case to use my little pencil. I don't know what exactly interval I'm dealing with here, but I thought 12 might be it. Can I do 12 and get them? Ooh, I can, but that sucks. Oh, I don't have 12 top to bottom here. Maybe I should though. Let's see. At this point, it would have been easier for me just to click them manually. Shoot. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's my other problem. I need these guys up here, but I don't think so. All right. Judge. Number 12 is maybe not the one. Also, let's see. No, see, yeah. Okay. Let's do something like this. And then let me rematch these guys. Is 12 my guy who started? No. Dang. Okay. I know what to do. Do something more like the. Oh, come on. Alright, that doesn't bother me. Alright, I'm hoping by pulling 12 up a little further I can actually get him up on that top rank. Nope. Dang. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Alright, so I just need to make a couple. And again, it goes back to that whole concept that I'm trying to avoid having to have tracking as much as possible. The more straight line path we can get without collisions, the happier high school band directors are. Because it's a quick teach. Teaches quick. I think that'll work. Boom. And then here to here. Oh. I mean, it's close. Number 9 is a little close there. I can always track them a little bit. In the real world, they're not going to be getting in the way anyways, but just to make the animation a little slicker, a little cleaner. And I might put in the instructions, like I might put an arrow in like that, and then just put in the instructions, adjust path slightly according to arrow. Oh, you know what though? I think I'm going to pull all this down just a step or two anyways. And I don't think that guard... Hold on. Now if I can do this... Oh, and I can. Let me check my wins. Oh, yeah, perfect. And now I can maybe pull the guard this way just a step or two. I really like having them on the yard lines and splitting though. But now we've kind of framed the prop here. You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and center them up on it. I think that'll look better. I don't really like this guy here. Now I think about it, but I don't know an option. And it'd be great to have this more even. Shoot. Okay, hold on. So much back and forth. I don't think they can get there anyways. 4 to 5. That's going to just look. No, that's so forced. I could literally pull 6 down through there if I wanted, and that would kind of even things up a little bit. Yeah. I don't know though. It's so forced. Because it's almost like it's wrapping from both sides. I have a different idea. Alright, I think I've solved this conundrum. Maybe. this is a spot I will definitely have to track a little bit in the guard. But I'll be sure to. It still seems forced. But I don't know what to do. I was thinking about having everything integrated, but I just think it's going to be such a huge moment at 21. I need to have more color pop up in the front of the field. So this is totally transitionary and jeez. All right, so let's fix these guys. Get these back together. Oh, I don't know about this. Don't know about this. Yeah. I don't know about this either. Let's see. Oh God, that all sucks. Bloody hell! Come on. What am I messing up here? Okay, I got it. Let's do this. This guy needs to stay up here. These guys need to come this way. This guy definitely needs to come further this way. Let me just make the bottom 7 on the next set. I don't know why I'm trying to force that. Yeah, why am I trying to force that? that solved it. Yes. I wonder what happens if I just pulled them straight into there. That actually is not terrible. Do that here, and then they can do more here. Maybe down here, let's see. I think I had it the right way earlier. I just need to. Yeah, they got plenty of time to get around that corner, don't they? There we go. Oofda. I'm going to blow this up to a 4-step interval. I think I got the steps to do it. Looks like it. Yeah. I think those, I don't know. Maybe not. I might have to cheat it a little bit. Yeah, that's not going to work, but I have a plan. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That might work. Eh. Ooh. Mm. I think I want to force that depth. We're like a 3 across. Yeah. There we go. Ooh. Nothing in this show is going easy so far. It's all a grind. Gotta grind to make it good. I actually have a quick set I can do here. I'm just going to do the traditionally old slanty. Which I hopefully have enough. Maybe not. Oh yeah. But and this piano prop is starting to get in my way. Just need to be, we'll just be in tight corners here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's too big of a move for the transition style material. I probably need to use this as a chance to get my instrumentation all kind of squared away again. So that's what I'm gonna do actually. I do know though here. The question is. Ooh, okay, I got an idea. So I think I'm actually gonna flip this around. I'm gonna hold here. And then I'm going to do a move there. I just have to set it up. I can almost see it, yeah. Question is, do I want tubas into this or not? I don't think I do.